Welcome to this month's video. So I've been asked to talk about blazers and jackets, and I thought the best way to do that would be to take you through the journey of why I first bought what I did, why I'm now buying what I buy, and the lessons I've learned along the way. So let's go through that, shall we? So the very first jacket I bought was 7 years ago. Blazer I bought was 7 years ago. This was before I realized what a wardrobe staple they were. I used to just, buy whatever, what was ever on trend, obviously, and never worried about building a blazer collection. And if I did have a blazer, it was in black. Everyone had a black blazer, right? So once I learned that shouldn't have a black blazer, I went to Country Road, this is 7 years ago, and bought this off-white blazer. Now, the color is fantastic, and it is a blazer, which is great. But the problem with it, for me, is it is too shiny and way too sophisticated. So shiny and structured, and it takes me out of my normal relaxed comfort zone of my textures, my personality. So I don't love it, but I still have it. It still works. It's still low contrast, working with my hair, keeping me casual in my low contrast. So I will persevere with him for a little bit longer, but he will be going out the door pretty soon. But last year, I did buy this guy because I needed the color. I know the color is ideal, but he has the texture, he has the design. Actually, it was 2 years ago I bought him. And so he works for me really well, doing what I originally wanted that blazer to do. So even though this isn't a boyfriend blazer as such, he works beautifully for me as my off-white blazer. So that's why I got that. Now, after I got my off-white blazer, I went and tried to search for a mint green blazer, and that's because after learning about the colors that suit me, I knew mint green was on my color palette. However, it's actually too sharp for me. It's too crisp for me, this mint green. So I don't wear it very often. When I do wear it, people love it. I don't love it. It's too bright. So I know that I myself look better in sage green, olive greens, and I do have a dirty olive green eyes, which makes perfect sense, right? And when I wear sage green, it steps back to sage green in my eyes. And when I'm filming, it often turns into a yellow green, much like more going into a moss green, but never into the crisp white of a mint ice cream green. So he's not great for me, but I've still got him. He was cute. He was very expensive. So I've still got him for the moment. Eventually he will not be in my wardrobe, but there is something about this jacket which is wrong. He is too short. So not realizing about the lengths and how much easier they are to wear. So that's the perfect length. This one, you can see, is a good few inches shorter than that mint jacket. So he does sit up a bit high when I've got my shirts hanging out at the back. There's a lot of shirt showing, whereas that length on that blazer is great. So he's a bit short, a little bit short and sharp and shiny from Q back in the old days. So just holding on to him for now. So that was my second blazer. Now you can see all my other little jackets, of course, in little jackets, just shorter jackets. But that's my blazer. Then from that guy, I went on to my Bianca Spender jacket. So this is the first time I've ever dropped some real dollars on a jacket, being Bianca Spender. I know I can wear bright blues really well, so this one works really well. We know I wear blue all the time, so I know I can wear all the blues. So the color on this one I'm quite fine with, even though it's really bright, I'm quite fine. So this is going into the cobalt blue, of course. Now, he is shorter at the back than he is at the front. I like the length at the front. I don't necessarily love the length at the back. So he's not my ideal shape or length that I love, but the color gives a lot of impact. So I wear him for that. But I don't thrash him as a blazer. I definitely do like them longer at the back. And I'll just show you the difference in the length for this guy. So I'll put that there. So you should be able to see that it's quite a bit shorter at the back there, and that the front comes down. And that's when they make these fancier blazers that are a bit fancier, but they're not really a wardrobe staple because they are styled and cut in different ways, whereas this length is so much easier to work with. But I'll be keeping him forever. Bianca Spender, I love him. He'll go here. Then from that one, I bought this boyfriend in the soft peach. Now he's awesome. Absolutely love him. Everything about him. The color suits me. Works best with sky blue on me, which is a really strong complementary color pairing. The length is great, nice and long all the way around. Very expensive fabric, so it sits and hangs really nicely. So yeah, this guy I love. And I got this one last year, and I did. I think it was $750 for this one, but I knew that it was the right jacket and that I was going to have it forever. So that's been really good, that one. Last year again, I then went into, knowing that I love blues, more of a chambray blazer style. You can see all the texture suits me so much, all that texture. So it's a staple in my wardrobe. So my like two faves, guys, if there was a fire, if my house was burning down, I would run in and I would grab both of those. Or actually, I would of course also grab this one. So, you know, I would grab those because they will work with me so much. And you should be able to see, just looking at those, how they flow through. And no matter what I'm wearing, they're going to work. And because pink works really well with me because my skin is pink, the soft peach just still kicks back within that pink range. But being that it has the orange mixed in there, it works really well back with my blues. So it's high contrast. So that's great. I don't think I will ever buy a light pink jacket, but I'm happy to buy a stronger pink. But it's not something I'm going to focus on. I've got my beautiful light pink shirt, which looks amazing. So I'll keep just the soft peach running through. Now I just want to show you the length of the chambray one, just to show you how come he is the most perfect boyfriend blazer. Perfect color, perfect texture for me. A little bit of a shorter sleeve, which shows a bit more of my wrist as well. So he's just ideal. And if Trenery brings this out in more colors this year, I'll be grabbing, like in my colors, I'll be grabbing those. If they did an off-white one last year and I didn't grab it, and I should have, because I had this guy, I didn't feel right to grab the off-white in it, and I just should have, because it was textured exactly like that, and it would have been perfect for me. Hopefully this year they bring it out again. But you'll see the lengths. So the lengths of those are really good. Now, the Country Road one is still that little bit longer. I think it's like about half an inch longer than the chambray. But love, 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 love. Absolutely love him. So one of my faves. So I've got my two faves there, my peach and my blue. I'll put him back in here. Now, that's actually all I have in the blazers now. And as I'm trying to downsize my wardrobe constantly, making it smaller and smaller and smaller. So Mint will go, he will go. Now, I've also got this. This is from an op shop when I first started doing styling. He actually works really well, even though he goes into the cream range. Because of the texture, the seam, the multi-seam there makes it a bit more rustic. But he's getting a bit too tight, and I haven't actually worn him for a while. So that is definitely going to go on my next color or go to one of my daughters. It has a little bit of a fleck of gold with it, so it will be a nice contrast for my daughters. So that will be going next as well. Any other jackets? That's it. That's the only jackets I have. So I'm going to just run through them again, just pull them out so you can see. So lightest neutral, eye color, meant to be eye color. Remember when I talked about how I thought mint would be fine because I was given mint as my color palette, but knowing now full well that it's more about the sort of the dullness in my eyes, it works better. So even though mint is definitely a hair a color that works for me, it's not one I feel great in. And then so that's my light eye color, skin color, which I've gone for peach instead of pink. So there, and then my dark. So that's my dark to me, all right? So you'll see I've got my best light neutral, color, eye color, skin color, dark neutral. So the four of those we're working with my system of 4 colors to work with. But then I have pretty much my chambray blazer, which is like jeans. It's like a denim jacket. It's let's just call it a denim jacket, but within a blazer type. So it just works with everything, and blue looks great on me. So that's my 5 system. So let's go like that. So we start with my best light neutral, my eye color, my skin, my color, and then my beautiful dark. So that's all I have. That's all of my blazers. In my classic staple blazers that everybody should own. We all need these. I will not go darker than this cobalt blue. I know that that's sort of where I stop. I will try and find another one of these in a more classic cut over the years, and it will happen. They always happen. Actually, Sportscraft just released one, and I know a couple of you guys as my clients. I got you to grab it. It's because it's a brighter blue. It's not like the flat navy that is the same color as your jeans. It actually has a bit of a kick and a bit more of a brighter blue. So that's something that I could have replaced with this one, but this one's still going fine. So I'll worry about that later on. But so that's my dark, my color, and a bit of a print. You'll notice the texture on that too, just gives off a bit of a texture print. My best light neutral, which I've got a lot of, you can see. And then I've got my eye colors over here. And down here is my skin color. So, light neutral, eye colors, skin colors, a couple of lattes, just 2 lattes, easy to work in. So they're my browns, basically. No one likes wearing flat browns, but my 2 lattes there. My color of choice, which is blue, which looks excellent on me. Light grays, charcoals, and then going into my darker neutrals. So down this end is my darker neutrals of the darker navies. So like my denim jacket with the rusty around there, the bit of a print. I shall put him at the end there. Put him at the end there. You know what I'm like, having to have it all in such place. Okay, so there's my wardrobe, and that's how my blazer collection works. So you can clearly see light neutral, skin color, eye color, and dark neutral, and then I bought in a color print in a blazer, which is my chambray. All right, so I hope that helps everyone who wants to know a bit more about blazers. And yeah, make sure you leave any questions under this comment thread under this video. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you then. Bye.